This video is for the empaths out there and for anybody who notices they have more anxiety than they want to have. So last video I did, we were talking about Venus retrograde. We were talking about reflecting over the next couple of months to see what changes you might want to make based on your own personal values with what it is you love and what gives you fulfillment and what you find to be meaningful. And the message was to really not shirk from this and to really take a look and see what's going on, see what changes you might want to make. And I ended up going into something that was an awesome lesson I had over this summer. One of my temporary totems is the spirit of the snake. And the spirit of the snake comes to me when I am finding myself facing a huge amount of change and am struggling to shed that outer layer of my skin with grace. So I had a bunch of stuff going on. There was like a cluster involving getting this business up and running. Involved a couple other people and involved my own limitations and my own fears. And I was outside behind my house one day, and my totem, the snake, gave me the most beautiful, loving, and self-sacrificing message I've seen. So right there, I have a chain link fence set to the back, kind of outlining this golf course behind my house. And there was a gorgeous, huge black snake. It had died. It was in the sun. It had died because it was sitting on fences. And that's the title of this video. Like, empaths and any of us with any stress, do not sit on fences. This snake, which symbolizes graceful change, had died. It was caught. It was trying to go through the bottom rung of this fence, and it had somehow gotten stuck. Not only did it get stuck halfway through the fence, its head was also stuck on a tangle of some kind of like construction net. It was double stuck. It was truly stuck halfway through, and then around its head was a small cluster of plastic netting. I had been sitting on a couple, I would say 2 to 3 large decisions that I was trying to actually pretend weren't even deserving of a decision. I was actually just trying to shove them to the side, never mind, and carry on. When in fact, these circumstances were not going to resolve without me attending to them, without me looking at them, figuring out what it was best for me, and then taking action. So I halted in my tracks when I saw this. The black snake is gorgeous, huge, totally not poisonous, but people are very afraid of it anyway because of its size and its majesty, and it looks kind of scary. So it's a perfect totem for me who has been so afraid all my life. And this snake actually is my personal signature from one of my past life iterations of Susan, who did give in to the fear. And after her husband actually passed away, was murdered, she closed down shop and was like, I can't deal, game over. So this is a double meaningful symbol for me. I saw it, boom, I knew exactly what was being asked of me. And when that connected, my guides gave me this: discern, decide, do. Stop wasting your energy. You're hemorrhaging energy in this cyclone of nonstop and totally non-productive worry. Discern, decide, do. Just before I saw this snake, actually, I've been upstairs and I was doing a tarot reading, and I pulled the card titled Swiftness. It was so clear. It was, Susan, get it done. Take a minute, put your big girl panties on, sit down, look at this. Discern for yourself using your own inner wisdom. Take a moment, ground, discern, take a minute. Decide, and then get it done. Take the corresponding action. You have seen this pattern long enough. These 3 things are not going to change without new, fresh input from you. And I took this to heart. It was huge. Once I started to do this, there were some situations, some of these were uncomfortable in the moment when I knew I had to do this, when I had to have a conversation with somebody and change the course of our relationship. When I had to stop working with somebody. Those were uncomfortable conversations, but they were uncomfortable because I was ill-practiced. Just having practiced discern, decide, do for a couple months, I already have evidence. At first it was blind faith. Now I'm like, okay, I see what I need to do here. It may be uncomfortable for that period of time, but I already know from these last couple months of practice, I know on the other side of it, I will have some internal space free up and I will have decidedly less anxiety. It's amazing. This is a straight arrow shot into the heart of your anxiety. And again, there may be some uncomfortable moments, especially in the beginning when you're not used to this, but I promise you, it will lighten something up. Maybe it's not your anxiety, maybe it's your fear. For me, it was a lot of anxiety. But empaths, just remember, you are always shooting your tentacles out, getting a feel for what everyone else thinks, and then drawing it back into you. And it is creating emotional soup. This really does force us to sit back, clear everything, ground everything. What do I need? What serves my highest and best in this situation? Okay, that's what it is. Okay, now what do I have to do about it? How do I get this done? Discern, decide, do. Please, please try this. Just please do. No, it may be uncomfortable, but I promise you, you will feel an incredibly profound shift afterwards, and you're not going to want to not do it anymore. You're going to see, you are going to preserve your energy. You're going to lessen your anxiety. You're going to lessen your fear. Your negative imagination is going to atrophy. When I wasn't doing anything and I was just constantly churning about these situations, my negative imagination was just like doing like push-ups, like getting super strong, burly, hardcore, crazy. My negative imagination does not have as much flex time anymore. When I see something needs attending to, I do not shirk from it. I don't hide. I don't stick my head in the sand. I used to actually put napkins over my head at the table with my parents when I was fresh out of college and they would ask me about getting health care. I could not deal. It stressed me out so much. I was like, getting a job, getting health care. I would put the napkin over my head. I never really grew up. So I know this will help. I am excited for you to try this. Please let me know how this goes. Discern, decide, do. For anyone who is an empath or indecisive or has a lot of anxiety, they want to shift. We are meant to be sovereign. We are creator gods. This is bringing us in that direction. This is in alignment with every single one of us. All right, all my thanks and love. I hope this helps. Bye.